Welcome in. Welcome to Auntie Chats and Tarot. I'm glad to have you. We're going to be doing tarot, maybe some dice, and definitely some herbs. Let's talk about herbs. Probably an oracle or two. Welcome in, Aquarius. Let's get to this message. Here we go. Remember, not everything will be for you. Take what helps you to help yourself. Remember that you are the master of what you let in and what you do not. With that in mind, here we go. Thank you to all of you who have supported this channel. I really appreciate it. Let's get going on this message. Yeah, there's like a message and then a hidden message. So here's the main message. Knight of Cups. Holding back, or somebody's holding back from you here. Or holding back from what you love. But kind of the hidden message, and I feel like by that I mean it's kind of in your mind. I really have to spend time here and figure out why I'm holding back, or why I'm not going after something I absolutely love, the Wheel of Fortune. Because I feel like the energy out here is saying, yeah, let's go for it. You and your spirit team, let's go for it. Or your spirit team, in other words, is saying, let us help you to get to where you want to be. Good fortune follows you. Let's make it happen. The time is now type energy. Here we go. Here we go, Aquarius. You may be feeling a little bit under the weather. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. Holding back. Some of you, this is career-wise. Others of you, this is, and quite a few others of you, this is more like holding back from family, disappointment in the family, disappointments that have happened, energy that's disappointing surrounding the family. Might be in the entertainment industry, your family. Nine of Swords is out here now. Yeah, this is keeping you up at night. This energy is, I'd like to cut this off, but I don't want to cut off the family. Yeah, here we go. Six of Cups in the reverse. I don't want to, you don't want to cut off your family here, but you do want to cut off this current energy. Know that you're protected. The family is protected if you're worried about that. Something about money, though, for sure, has gotten in the way maybe of deeper feelings here. What else do we have for Aquarius? Lack. Okay, so we've got the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. This situation has gone on for a while. This feeling of people are unhappy in the current status quo. And you're trying to say, yeah, how do I get a new beginning here? With these people, with my emotions again, my emotions that are wrapped up in this. But I don't know how to help this area that I love. I think you're asking, is it irreparable? And with the Ace of Swords out here, there's just a lot of lies that have taken place. And I think that's what's hurt you the most. And what I'm hearing is you really scrutinize whether this was the case, that people were lying to you and didn't want to believe it. But I feel like, yeah, with the devastation out here, or the energy thereof, the flowing emotions of this that was devastating, you did realize that certain people were lying to you. You did find that out as a fact. Strength is out here. This is a strong family, I do believe. The Queen of Swords, they can be even almost blunt, harsh in their assessment of others and dealing with others. Yeah, Seven of Wands. I do feel like a nervousness coming from you, maybe even dealing with like the hierarchy here. And yet you have hung in there and been strong. Even if you have been afraid or nervous, you've hung in there anyway and been one of the stronger leaders within the family. Even if I feel like the hierarchy doesn't really acknowledge you as a leader. Oh boy, are you ever emerging as one? Seven of Swords. This feeling of being alone. Nine of Cups. I don't think you're as alone as you feel. And I feel like there are avenues here to repair this. What's the advice here, Spirit? Three of Swords with the Queen of Wands. It's identifying that there are just a few characters in this situation who are jealous and trying to be hurtful, but acknowledging that that's on them. That's issues they need to deal with, okay? And so the other people involved can certainly patch this up. And I think once this jealous person sees that the collective group here is moving on without them, they might shape up, even if it's fake. But yeah, this might be somebody who married into the family who wants to manipulate the family. But I feel like the core family is going to stay intact, wants to stay intact, maybe even is aware of the manipulations here of the jealousy. Ace of Swords. Oh, Ace of Wands out here now. But it's in the reverse. Yeah. Reject the person that doesn't want to see peace here. Because I think that's an avenue for control, a play at control here, wanting to keep everybody on edge and at each other's throats. Does this somehow allow them to have more control financially too? Ask yourself that. Knight of Swords. Yeah, move this along. Spirit is saying the energy I see here is move this along. Do not let the energy of someone who's maybe married into the family or who is jealous and trying to control the strings here with their jealousy, trying to keep the heartbreak, in other words, going, whoever that is. I feel like that can be identified. That's the person to move away from, and the collective group moves away from that and establishes more peace and balance. The Chariot, and I feel like after the peace and balance, things move, is established, things move fast here. Yeah, there's less confusion, there's more clarity on this. And as things move, the finance piece of this can also find a band-aid or stop the bleeding here. Yeah, remember the family ties that have always been so strong and bring that energy back into the fold. Sacred, yeah, there's something very sacred here. It's your family. Hawthorn energy, sacred. Remind the family of the sacredness of these bonds. And the healing properties. Yeah, this comes back to the heart. There's heart energy here amongst family members. Get it pumping again. Defend, dogwood. Defend this core group. Like I said, maybe somebody's married into the family that's trying to stir the pot and keep the pot stirred. And it looks like they've done a fine job for a long time, but Spirit's saying there is actually an avenue here to combat this and to become, once again, tight with one another and find that familial bond that's sacred and defend it. Enhance, indigo. Enhance these relationships. Perhaps they have just taken a detour, and think of it that way. You know, deep-rooted pain here. Try and start the dialogues, get beyond this. Think of the future. Think of the long term here, okay? And I feel like maybe an adventure could even help this family to invigorate themselves. Juniper energy, sapphire. What are the common dreams here? Golden poppy that have kept this brood together, I hear. Yeah. And work from there. Be a blade of grass in the lawn of grass. This energy is saying blend as one. Yeah, no one person stands out here. I think this jealous energy that keeps the heartbreak going and wants to keep it going, and again, I've mentioned I feel like it's not really immediate family, it's maybe married into the family. They come at this at an angle of, well, what's in it for us? What's in it for our immediate family? What's in it for you? You know, they get behind someone and they're in their ear. And so then that person responds in that way, what's in it for me? because they're being coached behind the scenes. And then other people in the equation say, oh, well, if you're going to do that, then what's in it for me? And everybody's doing that, which is being perpetuated by negative energy here that wasn't even born into the scene, I feel like, or somehow doesn't have quite the foothold the rest of you do. If the core leans in and says, what's in it for us long term, let's stay together and let's not let any influence break that up, then that's where you win. Set free from this past trauma. I believe that's the energy trying to create the trauma. One more. Yeah, pretty clear message here, and I hope very helpful. False modesty. Look to this person who's creating the drama. They might even be very subtle, but Spirit's very clear on they're obvious. So even though you may not be seeing it, pay attention, and then you're going to start seeing it. A false modesty is how they work. They work under that. Yeah, those are easy to spot if you're paying attention. If you're wrapped up in the he said, she said, and it's me against you, Spirit's saying take a look at the big picture, and you're going to see the problem. False modesty in someone's ear, chirping in someone's ear. Trying to keep the drama going, not thinking of the long term and not thinking of this familial group. Okay, so as I roll the dice, what are we seeing here? Yeah, long term. That's where you win. Think long term. Stay in with the group, the core group, the group that's blood bond. Ravens could be significant. Something about a dot. Go to the dot. I don't know what that is. Ben could be a name here. Ren could be a name here. Don't track something. Don't track the hurt. Yeah, move beyond the hurt. Move beyond the hurt. Again, you hurt me, I hurt you, or, don't do that type of game. Do more like, okay, we both want to repair this, or this group wants to repair this, and maybe just do something with that group and leave the troublemakers out. And too bad if they're upset or they're in people's ears. Grant people who need to be granted this power to step away from the people in their ears. Grant them the strength to do so, where they're comfortable in this group again and stepping back in and wanting to do so alone and without the chirping ear person, so that they can heal within the group, with the group, without outside influences. Do move on this. Get real with one another. Cut out what needs to be cut out. Cut out the bad energy here. Yeah, heal. I do see healing here. Work towards, move towards, like I hear healing lab. Have your own healing laboratory. That's your message, Aquarius. I hope it's been helpful. If it has, please do like, share, subscribe, comment. That helps the channel to grow. Please do also comment. I love reading the comments, love the interaction. And until next time, let's remember who we are and let's remember our self-worth. Thanks for joining me.